Hi, I'm Jen, and welcome to Christian Fire Poppy. Elder Holland has a brand new post on Instagram and on Facebook, and he talks about angels. His message is all about angels, and he particularly highlights this Christmas. He repeats it twice. He says, this Christmas, believe in angels. And he talks about the many different ways that angels can help us and how we can believe in them. So I'm going to play a tiny bit of his message for you right now, but I highly encourage you to go to Instagram or Facebook to hear his full message.
We ought to believe in angels. We ought to believe in miracles. We ought to believe in the work of those on the other side of the veil. We have so many distractions in a telestial world here, in the lives that we lead so busily, and Christmas can get the busiest of all. But yet on the other side of the veil, they're, I think, not distracted. There are scores of angels, your families, your predecessors, progenitors, who are watching out for you, ministering to you, and providing angelic protection, care, nurturing, whether it's the sweet, soft scene of the Nativity or the safety and direction of fleeing to Egypt and how you come back and go to Nazareth instead of staying in Bethlehem or Jerusalem. Please, this Christmas, believe in angels and believe in them forever because they are working with us. And perhaps if we had more faith, more devotion, a little more commitment, we would see the hand of angels more and more in our lives. They are there, and we need to trust and believe and invite them to be there. We can't be negligent. We can't be unresponsive. We shouldn't be oblivious to the fact that God sends angels to direct our lives and bless our lives and care for our lives, especially at Christmas, but always. In the name of Jesus Christ, amen.
All right, so he warns us about being too distracted this Christmas. Our family has been having a lot of Christmas fun, so I don't think we need to take the fun and the family time out of Christmas, but we just need to make sure that we have some balance. We can make cookies. We've had fun delivering them to friends and family. We went to go see the beautiful Christmas lights displays, gingerbread house decorating, and we are trying to balance it and remember that Jesus Christ is at the center of this holiday. So we had a really great opportunity to volunteer. And every Christmas, each day, we have a Names of Christ Advent where we talk about one of the names of Christ. You can see there at the center, one of my favorite names of Christ this year is the glory of the Lord, because our prophet, President Nelson, has really been highlighting this theme of the glory of the Lord shall be revealed when he comes at the second coming. And he really highlighted that at the beginning and the end of his talk at this last general conference. I love how Elder Holland is highlighting these blessings of angels. And we know that the blessings of angels are very highly tied to doing family history work. The prophet Joseph Smith said the greatest responsibility in this world that God has laid upon us is to seek after our dead. New technology makes it easier than ever to fulfill that responsibility. That was President Nelson in 2010. He also said, while temple and family history work has the power to bless those beyond the veil, it has an equal power to bless the living. Again, President Nelson, April 2010, in a talk called generations linked in love. So I really believe in this principle that when we do family history, we are opening the door to angels on the other side of the veil to be a part of our lives. And just like in real life, when we have relationships with people, when we help them, they tend to bless our lives more. I believe that same principle applies on the other side of the veil. Another quote from President Nelson is, "We can be inspired all day long about temple and family history, but we must do something to actually experience the joy ourselves." I invite you to prayerfully consider what kind of sacrifice, preferably a sacrifice of time, you can make to do more temple and family history work. So I feel like President Holland in his message was inviting us to think about the Lord, and he didn't talk about family history directly, but if we are to believe and invite the presence of angels, I think doing family history is a great way to enhance that. And I just want to share this with you. I shared this previously in a video, but if you are new to family history, this is just a basic, quick, and easy, fast way to do family history. I had been doing family history for a while, but it was actually fairly recently that I discovered this highly effective and fast way to do family history on my phone. As far as I found, you can only use this method on your phone, so I invite you to try it. Let me know how it goes for you. And you can just open this up on your computer and then follow along on your phone. And once you learn how to do this, you can do this. It only takes a few minutes and you can find, I found thousands of family names. So in a very short amount of time. So open up your phone, click the three lines at the top left corner, then select tree. So this might be slightly varied depending what kind of phone you have, but I think with these instructions, it'll give you the basic idea to get you started. So click the three lines at the top left corner, select your tree, and then click this icon right here. It looks like little dials. Third step, select 7 generations. So here on the left, click the little arrow, and then you can select the fan chart icon right here. Step 4, click on a family name at the far edge of the fan, and then click the vertical dots icon in the top right corner. After you do that, you'll see various selections you can make and click on where it says Descendants with Tasks. So after you do that, on the left-hand side, select 5 generations by clicking that little arrow underneath the name. So you want to see as many generations as possible. And this is going to select 5 generations below this name that you see at the top of the screen. Next, you want to click the 3 vertical lines icon here and select Temple. This will simplify and organize it according to temple ordinances needed, and then go ahead and click on all the green temples. So if you do have a name or more with green temple circles, then you can skip this next slide. So this next slide is for if you don't see any green circles. If there are no names with green circles, then click the back button to the person page. So click the back arrow at the top left-hand corner. And then when you're on this person page, click on View This Tree. And what that does is instead of having your personal name at the center of the tree, you're moving higher up, farther into your tree, and you're putting the name of that person at the center of the tree. So that's by clicking the 3 vertical dots in the upper right-hand corner and then select View This Tree, and you're just searching a new area of your tree. And you can start again at step 4. So if you did have a name or more with green circles, then you can just skip this step or follow this the next time you're searching for a new area. So continue on. You can, step number 10, click circles to the right of all names, then click continue. So if the name has a little clock above it, then you only have 120 days to complete the work. If it says view record hints, so if it has a blue circle, then the name has new record info for you that you can check out. And step number 11, finally click this box and then click add to reserved family names. So you're selecting those ordinance that you want to reserve. And you did it. You reserved family names, and it will automatically take you back to this page so you can click on the next family name with a plain green circle. So you're back at step 9 now to reserve more names. So on this video, go back up to step 9 and just keep continuing selecting the green circles and then selecting the names and reserving them. So to keep going, click the next green circle and continue to steps 10 through 11. A reminder of those steps below. Just take a look at this picture, or you can go back to the step number 9 slide. So that's where you select the names. And now after you're done selecting and submitting names, don't forget to share them with the temple so they can get done. So if you're sharing them with the temple, that means that you have more names than you can do yourself. And I'll quickly show you how to share those names with the temple. So rather than sitting there not getting their work done, and if you have a lot of names, you won't be able to get all of them done in time. So hit the back button arrow at the top left corner until you reach a page with 3 lines at the top left corner. So click the 3 lines, then select temple. So we're sharing these found names with the temple. So select the names you want to share. Click the share button after you fill in the little check mark. Step 4, select share with temple, and then select the ordinances that you would like to share with the temple. So I generally select all of them. I want to share all of the ordinances with the temple if they're not names that I'm taking to the temple myself. So you select it here on the right-hand side. You see the little check marks. And then at the bottom, the blue button is share with the temple. Now, when you're sharing these found names with the temple, if you select an ordinance that says, now look here below, if it says ordinances that were previously shared with the temple cannot be shared again, you don't want to select that name. Like if you check mark that, then your option to share with the temple will disappear for all of your selections. So you'll no longer have the option to share any of them with the temple. So be really careful to only check mark the circles that do not say that. You don't want it to say ordinances that were previously shared with the temple cannot be shared again. So if your reserved ordinances are maxed out and too many say ordinances that were previously shared with the temple, then you need to check them and click unreserve, and this will release them back to the temple and you can reserve them later. So this frees up space to find new names and share with the temple. All right, so sharing these names, you want to select the names that you want to share, the circles on the right, click the share button, and then select share with the temple. So you select the ordinance to share here, then click share with the temple, and you did it. That's it. This can be very simple. Just go through these steps, pause it if you need to. It's just trial and error when you're getting started. And you can use this method, remember, on your phone only, and it only takes a spare minute once you get the hang of it. So go ahead and share this with people, and let's get temple work going this Christmas season. Thank you for joining me at Christian Fire Poppy. I know that family history work will bring miracles to your life and to the lives of those you love. I invite you to join me. Find me on Instagram at Christian Fire Poppy. Also, go ahead and listen to the full message from Elder Holland on Instagram.